Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 4, Episode 2 of Dune by Gale Force 9. The spice must flow. This is a game of conquest, diplomacy, and betrayal. We have just wrapped up turn number 1. We've got the Spacing Guild in 2x Siege, and one of the Spacing Guild's members trying to get this spice blow claimed. We've got the Ixians in their mobile stronghold, also moving towards Ciala, go north. Bene Gesserit have taken Siege Tabar, kind of in a nod to the renegade Reverend Mother. And we've got the Ixians have moved 5 forces down into Carthage. That's going to start us out pretty good position going into round number 2. So we're going to jump right into round number 2. Before we do, quick shout out to this sort of season's sponsor. We're calling this one the Alchemy of Dune in honor of William Mitchell's Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga. We'll do some reading from this in the back, but if you're a Dune fan, it's a great place to look into some of the ideas that go behind not only the original Dune book, but Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, God Emperor of Dune. We'll do some readings through the table of contents at the end of the turn, but let's just jump right into round number 2 first. So we'll start out with our Storm phase. And we'll go ahead and advance our storm phase. Let me just grab this. Our storm phase okay, so for the storm, what we're going to do is dial in 2 random numbers here. And I'm just going to do it randomly like this without looking. And then reveal them. And we get 3 and a 6. That's 9. So we get to do counterclockwise. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we move there. And the mobile unit is okay here. Also for the Ixian's mobile unit, it says, subsequently, before the storm is dialed, as long as your forces occupy, you may move your hidden mobile stronghold 3 territories. So we're going to move this 1, 2, 3 into the spice blow, and they immediately collect 2 spice, even without removing their troops out of that spice blow. So let's go ahead and just give them that 2 spice, and that's going to do it for the storm phase. Let's move us into our next phase, which is the Spice Blow and the Nexus phase. Spice Blow. We grab another Spice card, and we get a Spice Blow in the Great Flat. So it says add 10 spice to the Great Flat, and that is going to be here. And maybe the Bene Gesserit will go after this. All right, so Spice Blow added to the Great Flat. So that will move us out of our Spice phase. Chom Charity. We have 2. Both our Bene Gesserit and our Ixians have no spice. So Bene Gesserit will gain 1. And, our Tleilaxu, they also used up their spice. So Tleilaxu and Bene Gesserit will each get 1 spice. And that will move us out of our spice phase into our Chom Charity space, into our bidding phase. Again, we can bid on treachery cards. We have a bunch as it is, so we can stick with the ones we have. Next up, we will go to our movement phase. And I think we'll start out with our Ixians. Well, our Ixians are going to just come out and move and collect this last spice. So they will, one of their will come out. And now the Ixians are quite wealthy here for their turn. That's how they'll do their movement. Next up, we did the Ixians last round. Let's go into the Spacing Guild this time. So it's the Spacing Guild's turn. You can see Edric here on the cover. And let's dig in a little bit to the Spacing Guild. The Spacing Guild, represented by steersman Edric, in league with the smuggler bands, monopolist of transport, yet addicted to ever-increasing spice flows. Strategy. Your major handicap is your weak array of leaders and your inability to revive quickly. In addition, you cannot buy treachery cards at the beginning of the game. You are vulnerable, and this point should make you stronger to move, building up your resources. If players do not ship at the steady rate, you'll have to fight for spice on the surface or collect it through isolated blows. Your major advantage is that you can ship onto Dune inexpensively. This allows you mobility, and this surprise moves are particularly useful. If the game is out of reach and well along, try suicide battles against the strongest player, weaken them, and prevent a win until the round ends. Then the victory is yours. So they have cheap transport, but they have weak spice making abilities. So let's, we've got them in 2x Siege. Let's also read some more about the Spacing Guild from their card. It says advantage payment for shipment. When other factions ship forces onto Doom, they pay the spice to you instead of to the spice bank. Oh, so that I did not know that. So actually, those 5 from the Bene Gesserit and 5 from the Tleilaxu, those are going to get paid to the Spacing Guild. I forgot about that rule, and I put them in the spice bank. So now they got paid already. So they're actually quite wealthy right now. And I think as a result of that, they can land their forces. So since they've already taken that spice blow, I'm going to have them land their forces at half price. So they will land 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of these forces. And they'll only pay, so they'll get change for that. And I'm going to have them landing, let's have them land in Habanya Siege. So they can have, actually, let's have them land in Arakeen. So they are in Arakeen now. That's going to do it for the Spacing Guild. We'll also go ahead and have our Tleilaxu. I guess I'll have them ship an additional unit down for 1 spice so they can collect that Chom Charity. And I'm going to have them, obviously that 1 is going to go to the Spacing Guild, but I'll place it here. And then we can build up an army force that we can branch out with to attack. And then finally, we're going to come to the Bene Gesserit. So the Bene Gesserit now will, they're going to also move out here to get to this spice blow. They'll move a force out there to collect that spice. Okay, so that is going to wrap it up for round number 2. We'll see you in round number 3. Just going to advance the check. And I guess for the rest of them, we don't have to have any, there's no combat and there are no other encounters. So we're going to leave it at that for the round. Just quickly checking out Alchemy of Anthroposophy and the Dune Saga. Last time we looked at a podcast collection about worms, water of life, and Jungian alchemy. This time we'll quickly take a look at the origins of the Bene Gesserit and the Butlerian Jihad. In this podcast that we've transcribed into the book here, we know that there's the factions of the Bene Gesserit and this concept of the Butlerian Jihad. The Butlerian Jihad in Dune was a war against the machines where they made thinking machines illegal. So sort of like AI rose up in the ancient history of the Dune universe, and they made a rule against having intelligent thinking machines. Well, some of these origins came from Herbert called it the Butlerian Jihad. But if you go into the appendix here, you can see the influence of Herbert by a 19th century English writer named Samuel Butler. He wrote about intelligent machines in a book called Erewhon back in the 1870s, talking about machinery that became intelligent, powered by its own force, this own life force. He also wrote in the time of Darwinian evolution, he was writing about the possibility of memory being transmitted genetically. So the idea is somewhere within our genes we could awaken our ancestral memory. And I have a sneaking suspicion that Frank Herbert might have read these works. I mean, he called the machine revolt the Butlerian Jihad. I have a suspicion that he was influenced by Samuel Butler, but you can read the essay in the book. Go check out our Patreon as well. Like and subscribe in the channel, and we will see you in round number 3. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.